What is up? That was me trying to do a really bad and cringy PewDiePie impression. You know, bros, you guys are dudes. So what's up, dudes and dudettes? Guess what happened yesterday? Well, actually the day before yesterday. It's because I'm only getting around to recording this video now. So yeah, well, guess what happened recently? I got a chance to watch The Meg. Very cool movie about giant sharks running around. Well, no, they don't run around, right? They swim around. Swimming around, eating everything and everyone. And it premiered in theaters and I couldn't catch it while it was still in cinemas, so I actually got the opportunity to watch it on pay-per-view. That was just so awesome, worth every cent. Although there are many things that, you know, didn't sit too well with me. Very good movie. Absolutely excellent. I definitely recommend it if you're looking to watch a good shark movie. But, you know, it wasn't perfect, so I'm going to give a small little review and discuss with you guys about, you know, what I thought about it. Okay, the very first thing I want to say, I want to get this out of the way already very early on. Too much damn CGI. Way too much CGI, not appropriate at all for a movie released in 2018, okay? Now, back in 1975, we already did Jaws. Steven Spielberg did Jaws, okay? And he made a very great movie about a giant shark without using any CGI at all whatsoever. And, you know, it's not that we should have used the traditional approach today. I don't think it would have worked so well, but maybe not use way too much modern computer-generated imagery, you know what I'm saying? Because so many scenes were just... I wasn't very convinced that I was looking at real sharks, you know? It's just like, you know, when the CGI is so obvious that it's almost cringy, you know? But not in every single scene, of course. The movie was absolutely excellent, you know? And it was really good. Not every scene, you know, had terrible CGI, but the vast majority where you saw the shark, you know, it just... I think that it's worse when you see the shark with people in the same shot. That's when the CGI becomes the most obvious, you know? For example, there's a scene when Jason Statham is saving, I keep forgetting the characters' names. I'm sorry. Jason Statham played Jonas Taylor, and Lee Bing, a very beautiful Chinese actress, played someone, I already forgot her name. I just watched the movie recently. I didn't memorize everyone's name. He saved her from the shark. And then, you know, it was swimming up and it was about to chomp on them, and then something stopped it, a huge chain that was wrapped around it. And you see the two human characters floating here, calmly as ever, and the shark is like, So, you know, there are some scenes where you can tell that it's very obviously CGI, you know? But other than that, great movie, and I do believe that it was based off of a novel. Yes, it was based off of a novel. I think it was called Meg, Terror from the Deep, back in the 1990s. And what happens is this. Scientists are studying the Mariana Trench, which, as far as we know in real life, is the deepest point on Earth, you know? I believe the Mariana Trench is located inside of the Challenger Deep, or the other way around, one of those two. Anyway, in the movie, scientists, they find an even deeper point than the Mariana Trench, inside the Mariana Trench. But it's completely coated with this cloud of hydrogen, or what, I don't know, the element that it's called. And nothing can penetrate it, you know, because it will burn whatever swims through. And somehow they make it through. It burns whatever goes through, but the submarine goes through. Okay, thanks Hollywood. I love your logic, by the way. Big fan of your logic. Insanely obvious plot holes aside, they managed to penetrate this cloud of hydrogen or whatever it is, and they find marine life down there. And, well, it includes a giant squid and a humongous shark that they immediately identify as a megalodon because it's pretty obvious, right? So then a lot of, you know, crap starts to happen, crap starts to hit the fan, and certain things lead to another, and, well, the shark manages to breach the cloud, you know? If you guys saw the trailer, of which I'll leave a link to right here, you will remember a very candid scene where a little girl is playing with a toy, and then outside of the glass bubble that she's in, because she's underwater, the shark swims up. And it looks at her, then it bites into the glass. And of course the glass doesn't break, but it still scars the little girl for life. Very powerful scene. I love it so much. I was looking forward to seeing this scene, you know, and it showed that the shark officially escaped from that little cloud of hydrogen that we saw. Now, probably the worst part is that once it escaped, it managed to eat 2 whales, a mother and her calf, and the mother disappeared off screen, and the calf was eaten on screen while it was bumping its nose against the glass, almost like asking for help, you know. And I didn't enjoy that scene at all. I did not. I know that megalodons eat whales, but I did not enjoy that scene at all. I was really rooting for them to kill the damn thing right off the bat once it ate the whales. So, you know. So, the cast. Let's talk about the cast. Jason Statham is able to amaze anyone in every single movie he's in, you know. It's incredible how this Brit can, you know, portray any character so well across the pond, because he does an American accent. If you guys don't know, he's actually from England, by the way. And absolutely brilliant in the movie. Everyone was great, even the little girl who played Li Bingbing's daughter. Li Bingbing, my new favorite Asian woman, you know. And her name in Chinese is Kashinaki no Finite Nasindo Kendo Ya. Isn't that just beautiful? I love how they brought Asian actors and actresses into the mix to try to make it something a little more oriental, you know? Because the movie actually takes place in China at one point. The shark swims into a Chinese beach and starts eating Chinese people. That sounded a little racist, but you guys get the idea. And now here's the thing. The last movie that was, the last good shark movie that I saw was Deep Blue Sea. That also had pretty cringy CGI, but it was back in 1999, so we can forgive it. Many scenes in this movie were a little cringy as well, because like I said, way too much CGI and a lot of things happening that seemed impossible, like the shark biting the glass cage that one of the people were in, and it kept biting it and biting it and biting it, and it didn't break. It was meant not to be broken, but okay. Then it started swallowing it. What kind of shark swallows a glass cage, man? I mean, isn't that uncomfortable? I mean, how is that gonna come out the other end later? But there were also many pulse-pounding in scenes of, you know, genuine terror, you know, as the shark snuck up on people. You might think it's hard for a 75-foot shark to sneak up on anyone, but with the right lighting and camera angles, it's pretty doable. And they did it in the movie. There were a few scenes where you were expecting a jump scare, and it was still pretty good. There was a scene where Jason Statham, Jonas Taylor, their names are actually kind of similar, where Jonas was swimming through the water, looking to harpoon on the sharks, then it goes under, you know? Very cool scene, because it's setting something up. You don't know if it's going to come up from below and swallow him, and then he's looking around and he suddenly sees it in front of him. A great big shark, you know, that somehow disappears and then reappears. It's pretty insane. And there's a certain scene in the movie that I think is already circulating all over the internet now, that we find out that there are 2 sharks. And the first one that the first one that they kill, they managed to kill it. They managed to hoist it up onto the boat. Never mind how they get a damn shark that big onto a boat and the boat doesn't sink, but okay. And it's funny how the shark seems to decrease in size after it's on the boat, but whatever. Then as it's on the boat, an even bigger megalodon comes up and takes it and brings it underwater, and the boat also sinks as a result of that. Very awesome scene, very unexpected, very frightening. Just that scene alone is better than the entire movie. Just that scene alone, 10 out of 10. And we find out that there's a much bigger shark. And this one is horrifying because it is huge. It is huge. Once it gets to the beach where the people are and we see the shark and the people in the same shots, you can see just how enormous it is, and it's very frightening. Even though it doesn't eat too many people. I mean, I guess people are like it's like a morsel for a shark that big, so it doesn't eat too many people. But come on, you see a 75-foot shark swimming right under you, you're gonna shit your pants. You know? The story was very interesting, you know, as far as plot goes. It was really, really cool, and I like underwater movies, you know, things that show people in the water against the wide open deep blue sea. And when you throw sharks in the mix, you know, you just got me. You got a movie for me. And it's just, I don't know. It was good, not perfect, you know, but then again, I don't know if it was a movie that was meant to take itself seriously, you know, I don't know if that was people's intention, but anyway. Great big shark, right? I mean, it's entertaining at the end of the day. And a few other things I want to talk about. I think the pacing was pretty okay. Things didn't move too fast, neither too slow. When the action started, it was, you know, pretty. It just felt like it was everything was in the right timing. You know, everything was falling in place when it should have. And probably my biggest criticism is the climax. That would probably be it because wow, I mean. There are two sharks, and they kill the first one by injecting venom into its mouth, and then it just slowly dies over a few minutes. But the second shark, which is, you know, even bigger, it's like twice as big because it eats the first one, right? So it's just huge, and it's oh my god, man! It doesn't make any sense because we have the protagonist, we have Jason's character, Jonas Taylor. He says, you know what? I'm gonna make this thing bleed. I'm not joking. He literally just straight up stops and says, I'm gonna make it bleed. I'm gonna make this thing bleed. It's like Batman and Batman v Superman or something. I don't know. But anyway, he says that and he takes his submarine and just pile drives it towards the thing, turns on its side, and then the submarine cuts its stomach open and it starts bleeding all over the place. And that doesn't already kill it. Then what he does is exit the submarine as the damn shark is chewing on it, takes a spear, stabs it in the eye as it's thrashing its head all over the place. Then the shark just leaps right out of the water, and you see him digging the spear more into its eye, even more into its eye. Then it just dies. It's a 75-foot long shark and it dies with one stab to the eye. Okay, and then it falls back into the water, barely alive, and because there's so much blood, several other smaller sharks, which normally would be big and scary, but you know, in comparison to the Megalodon are just small, they swarm it, start biting into it and eating it. They start eating it alive. I can appreciate the irony, but everything that was building up to that point was just plain and utterly ridiculous. Look, I understand that Jason Statham is a really cool guy. It's really good to have him in action movies playing the hero or even the villain sometimes, you know. But I mean, I've never seen a character with bigger and heavier, you know, brass balls. The guy wasn't afraid of anything. He would always be diving into the water, sometimes voluntarily. He would say, no, let me go instead of you, knowing that there's a huge shark in there that could swallow him whole without even chewing. It just doesn't make any sense. Why would you make... I get it. I understand. It's the Hollywood trope. The typical good guy, the typical hero. He has to be fearless and all the women need to want him. I get it, okay? But let's not exaggerate, alright? That guy should have been swallowed whole in like the first 10 seconds of fighting that damn Megalodon, alright? But, like I said, good movie, but you just have to suspend your disbelief just a little bit sometimes. Mostly towards the ending. It's not like Sharknado levels of insanity, but sometimes it's just a little ridiculous. And the bad CGI at many points doesn't help at all. But, okay, alright. I understand it's hard to render a giant prehistoric shark that no one's ever seen, but I don't know, is it so hard to just make a giant great white shark? Just make it look like that, so to speak. Like, the end results, the way that the Megalodons were depicted, very cool, very nice, but I don't know, I just have that problem, you know, of them not looking too realistic. The CGI was a little... but anyway, not that many deaths in this movie, not that many people died, if you count in about it. It's not a very violent movie. Supposedly there's an even more gory director's cut somewhere, an R-rated gory version of the film, and it's even gorier. I don't want to watch it, but, you know, I can kind of get the idea of how it might have been. Very good movie. Solid atmosphere, very talented cast, suspenseful music, and flawless pacing. Probably the most perfect thing about the movie is the pacing. well, second-rate CGI, not too good CGI. But overall, if I were to give it a numerical score, maybe I'd say about 7, 7.5 out of 10, something like that. It was a very entertaining movie, but, you know, maybe the Chinese actress Li Bingbing can make it slide all the way to 8 out of 10, but just because of her, I'll do that. Such a beautiful woman. And I think that's it. I think I've covered pretty much everything. You know, that's all I wanted to say. There were many scenes that were just so well shot, well orchestrated, well edited, and well put together. You know, everything was just amazing in certain scenes. You know, that it's funny because some of the best scenes are actually without the sharks. Because, you know, like I said, bad CGI. Many scenes were really, really good, and there wasn't too much dialogue to bog it down, but there was just enough dialogue to make the movie feel more human, you know. And there was real conflict with the characters, and they were forming real relationships, you know. And it's funny, no payoff with the character played by Jason Statham and Li Bingbing. I thought they were gonna hook up at the end or something, but and the little girl is so cute. You know, I love Asians, and you know, I think that Asian children are just so cute. I just want to pinch their little Asian cheeks, like konnichiwa. And if you want to stream the movie on pay-per-view on YouTube, you can do so here. I believe that the price will be different, you know, depending on what region you live in, but it's worth it. It's an hour and 53 minutes, but trust me, it's worth it, you know. Good points and bad points, but in the end, it's definitely worth buying it on pay-per-view, you know, if you didn't catch it in theaters. And if you did catch it in theaters, watch it again. It's definitely worth it. So, I guess that's it. I don't think I've left anything out, you know. If I did, I'll probably write it in the description or something, you know. But that's pretty much it. Many spoilers in the video. I think that it's a little late to say this, but spoiler alert. Many spoilers throughout the video, but still a good movie, so yeah. Before I sign off, I'm going to leave you guys a link to this video by Screen Rant talking about a few things in the movie that made absolutely no sense at all. And I agree with it completely. It's a very good video. It's interesting, and you guys should watch it. And I guess that's pretty much it. Yeah. Stay safe. Don't swim alone in the deep blue sea. Be careful. Megalodons be coming out of them trenches like there's no tomorrow, boy. This is Igor Chesterfield signing out for now. Thanks for sticking around. I know it's been a few days since I've uploaded a video. I've just been busy. And, you know, end of the year, it's crazy stuff at work, you know, but I'm going to be getting around to doing a lot of things for you guys in my vacation in just a couple of weeks, all right? So, stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys in the next one.